Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Techno Guys channel, and today I'm just going to talk about a little bit of SQL injection stuff and scenarios and what have you. But I'm going to start with just talking about the different types. A couple basic types. There's the retrieving hidden data, subverting application logic, and then retrieving data from other database tables. Basically, to start, what an SQL injection is a way of manipulating a website in order to show data or get data from a database, an SQL database that wasn't intended. So the first one is the retrieving hidden data, which all of this is basically either going through your URL or through a entry point in the website that basically tells it something that you don't want if you don't have any back end safety precautions that you're taking. But the first one is, I'm just going to talk about, say you already found your way through into entering direct SQL from, say, PHP or whatever you're using, or HTML. So if they execute a command that's like this, like say your website is already giving a select whatever from whatever, so say it's showing data from somewhere, if they can manipulate that in order to say everything from the table name, it'll just give access to the information from the table. So instead of displaying what your website is intending, so say you want to select name from your users column, but they could make that select everything from the users column, which would in turn give them passwords as well, or something along those lines. And then there's the subverting application logic. All of these are basically the same situation, just different things on a basic level. So this would be basically just telling the system that you're logging in as the administrator. So it's going to redirect you into a page that you're the administrator. So you'll basically just get administrator privileges without having a password, which would not be very good at all. And then there's the retrieving data from other databases, which is a union select command. And this right here is just showing, this is getting you out of the current command that's being run. But if they were to type this, say, in here in a certain situation, it's not going to work for my website just because I'm not doing something that's like this. So like I don't have the risk of that certain thing. But this would basically just select the username and password from all of the users, and you just get the list of all the users with their username and password. But now I'll move over to my website, which I just have some test runs going in here. So the basics of this website is you just enter your name. Say your name is Frank. You just go Frank and check that box if you're a male. It's just going to go into a Boolean 1 or 0, which is true or false. But so say Frank is a male, submit. It's going to bring you to this page, which is just basically printing what's getting entered into your actual SQL line. So it's not actually using that for PHP, but rather entering into your database via that command. But so what you can do from here is you can change all of this up here in the URL. So if you could change that to TED, and then it's just going to redirect into TED, and then also add TED to there. But you can manipulate that in any way you really want to through this command that's entering data into here. So even if you like do something like you enter whatever, and if you, I'm pretty sure you could like rapidly just do whatever. Whoops, not Facebook. But if that makes sense, then you could rapidly enter mass amounts of data, which could ruin a database. So that's one way of maliciously attacking something, aka DDoS. But back to a way that I could sort of prevent this and sort of measures you have to look out for is what's happening here on the back end is, so right here, so whenever I do that, it's getting this from right here where it's printing that. So it's not actually, it's basically just copying what is being entered into your SQL thing rather than this, like it's not actually entering this command straight into here. So that is how the print factor comes from. But whenever you are entering the data into your field, it's just coming directly from this. So like for name, for example, it's just setting the name equal to whatever you enter into that field. So if you enter something into that field that would get entered into through right here, then it would just do that directly into SQL, basically, from my understanding anyway. And so if you get out of this just name field here, you could then post like different commands entering in SQL, whether that be a delete or other commands like that. Or like, I'm pretty sure even if I just go here and type my name, which would be, and I do something that would get me out of it, I think like that would work. Yeah, see, it doesn't actually enter it as a name into my data because it doesn't think I'm entering a name. Like, it doesn't have a character there. It doesn't see that that's actually entering a name. Whereas if I enter an actual name, it's going to see that, like, oh, there's not a special character here. This is going to be part of the data, not part of a command, if that makes any sense. But that's basically all I have to say about that. One, because my video is getting pretty long, and two, I'm not a complete expert on the topic yet. I do understand the basics of what's happening and how it is happening, but I can't, obviously at this point in my life, just go into a random website and be like, yeah, I'll just get all your data. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.